Hopefully we can wrap things up this time. Peak of the gene. Double growth of genes and gene sultans, so they're basically popping up all over probably. Yeah. Might be worthwhile to do the trading. It'll delay getting angels though. Gonna lose all our mana at this point. I don't think the fight itself is particularly dangerous though. Still a little bit of mana left. Or 100 familiars. Is there a way to recharge our mana here? I'll get a little bit of extra money if I kill those. But if I lose all my casting potential because of it, it's not worth it. I'll just move on. A lot of this is good if we want experience, but we already have maxed up also. One more day. Right, now we have all the good basic units covered. We still need a ton of stone. 30, 40, and some more on top of that. Hellhounds are not a big problem, the Cerberus are. There might be items in the treasure chest, so in that sense we should probably pick them up, but we'll save a little bit of time by ignoring them. Another knowledge area. And full mana. Gotta be careful here. This guy can attack us immediately and he's very fast. Also a lot of them. I'm not sure what could I really do. His turn comes up so goddamn quickly. This is gonna be hell for everyone. No matter who attacks. Okay, at least now he's contained. We're gonna lose a knight. No, he chose not to attack for some reason. We need a lot of stone. We have to be somewhat careful what we trade into. We need gemstones for the angels. I don't think we need that much sulfur. Mage guild upgrades might cost some sulfur. That's about it. We mostly need the basic structures, if anything. Suffering Righteous Magic Circle of Winter. Common creatures. Summons creatures from nearest town, take 75% of hero's starting movement points. This spell requires a hero level 10 to be learned. No magic skill is required.
Such wonders I have learned. It's time to destroy the demons with the light of Elra guiding my hand.
Yeah, this sort of would have worked if this would have happened a lot sooner. Character is too developed now to really take advantage of it. We could use more stone, but I sort of don't want to. we want the upgrades. Training ground. The only purpose is to get griffins, inquisitors or priests or knights out of the units we don't particularly use. It's gonna be costly to do. Yeah, we need resources for the altar of heaven. "15 archdevils. Protecting a treasure chest. And a spell of some sort. Increases hero's movement over land. Wrong boots. This is actually fairly good. They're in a single stack. In some ways it's trouble, but in many ways it's a perfect thing. No matter what we do, this is gonna hurt a little bit. There's just no getting around that. Still reasonable losses against the enemy this tough. Confusion! That's a great victory for us. Magic resistance or speed. We have a master version of the confusion. Yes. Makes creatures in target enemy stack forget what they are doing on a battlefield. Creatures, at least part of them, forget to use shooting attacks and retaliation strikes. The spell has a mass effect. Spell does not work on undead, elemental, and mechanical units. Still a massively useful spell for us. Still need more stone. I mean, we're getting a little bit constantly, but only a little bit. probably like 2 buildings upgraded still. So the little bit of stone trickling in just isn't good enough. Double growth of archers and marksmen. That's a good one. Increases luck by 2. 18 pit fields. Do I really want this shit? It's throwing away units in exchange for getting something that's probably not that interesting anyway. Well, the path does continue here. Still, this is gonna suck. Any chance they'll forget to use their spell attack? Worth a try. They just don't retaliate. Still, things went reasonably well. They're good units and there were a lot of them. So it was always expected that we take casualties. Stone spikes. 73 succubus mistresses. This might be a good test for the confuse spell. We don't necessarily want to upgrade these units at all. We'll have to see what the training there stage says first. My biggest problem here is that we might not be fast enough for succubus mistresses. Right, my main character isn't, so they will likely get a chance to attack us. There's not much I can do about it. They'll retaliate. No, not if I attack like this. Now it doesn't really matter what we do. Vulnerability then. Lower armor class. +2 to attack or defense. We'll always take the attack, I think. Attack for us is lower than the defense. We have magic items currently that buff our attack. '88 peasant. Make conscripts out of these and they're actually decent. There's so many at this point that you simply cannot ignore a stack of that size. Right, we break these into smaller stacks. What do we get from a soldier? It's very expensive. Very expensive. 2,000 per unit. It's compared to the price of the creature you produce. Right, so you can produce a priest out of this. That's a lot of priests you could potentially produce. If you buy a priest, it is not actually all that cheap here either, but it's still drastically cheap, like 3-4 times cheaper. So it's a good way to waste extra money, but that's the only thing it's good for. Right, looks like the underground areas are more or less independent. Which is fine. Right, we don't really need gemstones for angels, we need more crystal. We just need gemstones for the structure itself. And we're broke. So what we're currently doing is not enough to buy armies and train. It just isn't. Extra resources we're picking up might give us a little bit of a boost, but I don't think this is gonna be enough. do I want to upgrade? That's a lot of archers. I don't think I do. There is certainly a benefit. Archers gain a lot of extra damage, for example. But I don't know if I care enough. They're still gonna suck ass. We need this. The increases initiative of all your creatures by 20%. Bullying more or less make sure that when the fight starts, we act first. Alternatively, take the +1 damage to all creatures in the hero army to allow the shit creature stacks to do massive amount of damage. I'll buy the 1000 gold per day. Just 10 days and it pays itself back. Assuming we actually get to use it. Who's closest? I'm thinking of taking these. Right. Go and upgrade them. We know that the boots aren't here. Just wondering what exactly is. This could be a very more small area then. I'm also pretty confident we don't really have to worry about the army size. By the time we get back from this trip, the he has produced a massive amount of extra troops, especially if I bother collecting them from the surrounding areas too. That won't be an issue. Very fast units. Elven ladies in high heels, that's what they look like. Shadow Matriarchs. Requires summoning on level at 3, I guess. Which would be basic summoning. Don't really get the purpose of this place. Yeah, there's a couple of inferno sites there that you can use to produce troops. Problem is, then what? Maybe it's if you do this in an alternative way. Instead of going for the city, you start exploring first. So you have to rely on inferno troops at that point. Something along those lines, maybe. Hydra. Sturdy. Probably need to be a little bit careful when attacking it, but doesn't look in any way amazing. Fairly slow too. Electric Might. Spell power +2. Yeah. That item has been in this game series for a long time. Garrison... what? 21 fairly good combat units of the undead variety. You'll get a cartographer. Okay, that's nice. Reveal everything. Right, it's the... what is that? Wraith is a nasty one. Whites are weaker versions, lack special abilities. Arm Touch. When this creature attacks, it always kills one unit in any enemy detachment. Also dispels all positive magical effects currently affecting the aim. It's an activated ability though. That's actually a bad thing. Because if it's an attack, there'll be a retaliation. But if not, there's not gonna be a goddamn thing. Probably. So it revealed the only underground area I haven't visited yet. Whoopidoo. Well, on the other hand, now there's no uncertainty about what's still here. We know that there's only the one last place. Get the boots, which will allow us to get over the bridge, which should allow us to complete the quest. We are not heading there though now. There was at least one attribute boosting area here. Might consider buying the ring too. All experience gained increase. Decrease moral of enemy unit by 2. Plus 2 to hero's primary stats, 20% magic resistance. Lightning based spell attacks decrease, that's luck, that's fire attacks. The ring is actually quite nice. And it doesn't bankrupt us. Fighting against these heroes is now very tough, I'd say. We'll get massive boosts to our own moral and luck while also decreasing the enemies. No further upgrades possible for the city. Some are demon weak. Yeah, pit lords all over the place suddenly. Doesn't look like there's anything interesting here, just fights. One or 10 conscripts. We're probably gonna get something closer to 1,000 conscripts. We should probably focus on just buying the basic units. Do we really need someone who is close to the trading post so we can trade most of the resources and exchange them to money? Nothing particularly interesting here, likely. There's a bit of an area here, but that's it. It looks like there's just... What is that? That is a witch's hut. Now we get a second level spell. Is it worth it? Well, it's easy to check, I guess. Alright, as far as I can see, there's nothing interesting here. We could get a few extra resources. Witch's hut might be the only interesting thing. It would have taught us a skill. In some ways the devil troops are lacking terribly, but they're so goddamn fast. Even their shittier troops sort of compete with my troops in who gets to attack first. Right, we're heading back home, I guess. I'm not interested in the troops here. Every time we basically don't have a proper enemy as an enemy hero and faction to fight against, I don't think we really need the troops. They're nice to have, I guess, but that's all they are. Right, we'll head towards the city, gather up as much troops as we can there, and then just head to the... what the hell was it? The underground tunnels where the undead are. We'll have the troops we'll have. I'm sure it'll be enough no matter what. Ah, join. Actually, I don't think you need to go there at all at this moment. Just head. No, we'll have to go past it no matter what. Right. We'll wait until next week. Only 1 day left. We are out of movement pretty much. Summon a creature spell. Right, we don't have to wait here for creatures anymore. But it'll still take most of our movement, so it's much more sensible to wait here instead of losing the 75% of our movement a few feet away from the city. Yeah, this is gonna cost us, but who the hell cares? What else are we gonna do with this? $771 conscripts so far. Excellent. Okay, final push. There is a crypt here. We probably have to take a look. There's a shield of crystal ice here. Do we even need a shield? Well, we probably should take it. There's extra experience and money here. Something particularly interesting. Guarded by 20 liches. Might as well take the gold. Not gonna bring another secondary hero here. Again, a chance to get undead troops for some reason. Five bone dragons. I don't think we have too much to worry about these. The threat about these sort of high class features is either massive power or initiative and speed. Bone Dragon doesn't really have either. Requires basic destruction. Good army. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Was like a couple of archers, maybe. Yeah.
It could have been worse, I suppose. Time to put on this fine footwear and go meet Finden.
I don't want to. Oh, god damn it. Jan. Don't want to put these on yet. Meet Alaron's army, Isabel must survive. I have a sort of sinking feeling at this point that there is not gonna be any kind of a fight after this. They're just gonna meet up with the army and that's it. So you could have pushed much more aggressively for their resolution, and all the resources spread around here are absolutely worthless. We could upgrade some units. Money wasn't really a concern there. There might actually be a... No, this is just a random generated creature.
Hello. Finden, I presume. I am Queen Isabel. Thank you for remembering our old alliance.
I fear that Finden will be late, Isabel.
What? Who? Who are you? Elves! Allies! To me! Beatrice, your weapon!
I think not. Isabel.
Beatrice? What?
Your dear, insufferable Beatrice is finally doing something useful. Fertilizing the vegetables at the Summer Palace. What's left of her, anyway.
What? How? When did you?
As soon as Nikolai announced you were going there. Poor Beatrice. She was so trusting. And I can be very persuasive.
Knight Thomas appears to be wounded, Biara. Perhaps you could attend to him.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lord.
Leave us! I'm sorry. That's not what I wanted. But the Demon Sovereign gave clear orders. Killing Beatrice seemed the easiest way.
Easy for you, black-hearted.
I know it hits you hard. She practically raised you. Her abbey was like a second home, and the apple orchard became your favorite playground.
How do you know?
But my master's after you, not Beatrice.
The demon sovereign? Me? Why?
He wouldn't tell me. All I know is that he sent us to deliver you to him.
I will die before I see that happen.
No one, least of all I, would like to see that, Isabel.
Really? So what do you want? And who are you?
Me? I'm Ivorel. A mere soldier in a greater war. And war demands sacrifice.
So, soldier, what do you intend to do with me?
If I could find a means for you to escape this fate, if the two of us could disappear, would you trust me?
Trust you? A servant of the demon sovereign? The murderer, Beatrice?
As if I had a choice. I will do what I can to protect you.
So, what was the point of upgrading the city and getting the extra troops? There was no point to it, it's just another goddamn time sink that I sank time in for no particular reason. This is the dullest Heroes of Might and Mythic campaign I think I've ever played. And it's not, just nothing happens. The fall of the king. Right, there might be story progression going, but gameplay wise, I feel like this is the 4th tutorial mission I've played in a row, and it is tedious. As a result of an artful intrigue played by Agrel and his succubus helper Biara, Isabel is taken prisoner. Soon she will be taken to Sheag, the centuries-old prison of the demon sovereign. I think the problem is if I would play this a second time pretty much instantly, I don't think that I would have this problem. The real problem is the designer of these levels might not have see the problem, because he knows how the level is supposed to be played and what's waiting and so on. But a new player does not, or a player who has forgotten what the hell he's supposed to be doing in these games. So he can't just assume that there's no end fight or a big boss or something trouble lurking in the horizon. So naturally they'll try to buff themselves up to their best ability, build armies and so forth. But in some of these maps, actually most of these maps so far, it's absolutely goddamn useless. There's nothing big or dangerous waiting for you. There's just minor random armies and that's it. And that is it. 4 Imperial Griffins, please.
What do you see, Freda?
A peasant militia, flying the Griffin banner, and another, some kind of flower.
An apple blossom. At last, that will be Lady Isabel. By Elrath, she had me worried. First Cyrus laughs at us, then Isabel disappears. It has been a long month, Freda.
Father, why did Archmage Cyrus reject our request?
I don't know why. Something to do with the last war, I think, when Cyrus refused to follow our king. I would dearly love to see that arrogant, gutless Excuse me.
Permission to agree heartily, sir.
You have it, Freda. But enough chatter, we've a kingdom to save. Griffin Eternal!
Griffin Eternal!
Where is she, then?
No one knows. She went off to meet Findon and the elves 2 days ago and never came back. Our scouts found signs of a hastily broken camp there. No elves, sir, but traces of demons.
Demons? By Elrath. Any word of Abbess Beatrice?
None, Father.
We're off again then, Freda. 2 ladies of the Griffin Empire have fallen to the demons, and I won't let that go unpunished.
But it took me a little bit while to understand that the woman Freda there is not actually Isabel. I mean, they look exactly the same. This is my first... Oh, suddenly we're playing with level 3 characters. Okay. The sizable map, but not huge by any means. The Fall of the King. Thanks for the spoilers, game. Rescue Isabel and capture Dunmore. Okay. Isabel and Godric must survive. Capture any town in 1 week. I think I'm going to try to push a little bit more aggressive strategy here. I'm assuming the entire campaign is basically rubbish, so might as well try to get it over with as quickly as possible. Maybe I can. The problem is if Godric makes an appearance later on and he's my Godric, he cannot be a level 3 knight. So I at least have to pump up his levels somehow.